Hello there, my name is Alexo, and today I'm going off in a different direction from what I normally review. As I've said in segments I've peppered throughout my reviews, I am a magician, and a decent part of my childhood dealt with watching and recording magic specials off the TV. The king of television at this time was David Copperfield, but several other magicians like Siegfried and Roy, Lance Burton, and Rudy Kobe all had big budget network specials. Today we look at a little gem from that era, Melinda, the First Lady of Magic.
Witness the #1 female magician in the world, Melinda, the First Lady of Magic.
One thing annoying about magic is how much of a sausage factory it can be. It's a million times harder to be a lady magician as the art is plagued with stereotyped roles and hard to fight familiar images. But thankfully there are great female magicians such as Juliana Chen, Luna Shimada, Tina Leonard, and Galena, but the one with the most name recognition is arguably Melinda Sachs. A child of Las Vegas glitz, Melinda carved out a name for herself thanks to her intense work ethic and bubbly, likable personality. And while I agree she sometimes plays the dumb blonde a little too much, I have to respect her accomplishments. One of them, as far as I know, is the first television special for a lady magician. I'm taking a few risks with this episode. One is the esoteric subject matter, so probably less people than often will be watching this. And number two is the slightly higher than average chance that Melinda herself may actually watch this review. So with that in mind, I have to make this disclaimer. Melinda, keep in mind everything I say from here on out is out of love. I do not have a mean-spirited bone in my body, so please pardon my snarkiness and my immaturity. We open with Melinda performing a vanishing motorcycle illusion. One thing that always seemed weird to me was her title, the First Lady of Magic. I first saw her on the first World's Greatest Magic special back in 1994, and back then I was a very literal child, so I thought that meant she was literally the first lady to ever perform magic. I guess she meant it to mean that she was the top female magician, but that was a weird title as well, since she wasn't even the first lady of magic on that show. That title belonged to Princess Tanko, who from what I hear is as popular, if not more popular in Japan than Melinda was in America.
Arigato. Thank you.
You are adorable. Yeah, I had a bit of a crush on Tanko back in the day. I wonder what network produced this special. Oh boy, it's a Disney product. Right off the bat, we find we're playing for the Disney princess crowd, not in the Beauty and the Beast Aladdin way where there actually is stuff for everyone else. I mean in the straight-to-DVD sing-along way. The special is structured by way of a mother played by Shelley Long telling her daughter the tales of Melinda. I guess my main problem with this approach is that it makes Melinda seem more like a character and less like a human being.
How about if we finish reading Cinderella? That'll help you get back to sleep.
Nah, I know that one already. Tell me something new.
How about Hamster Huey and the Gooey Kablooey?
Make it more like Hansel and Gretel, with candy and stuff.
My teeth are starting to bleed.
And inside this tasty-looking castle lived a magician whose name was Homer the Mighty Wizard.
No, Mom, not a guy magician, a lady.
A lady?
Surely you jest. Just keep it on the level and don't have her vanish at Pegasus or something equally schmaltzy. Oh, Jesus, buttery Christ.
And the lady's name was Aphrodite.
Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love, beauty, pleasure, and procreation, and origin of the word aphrodisiac. Disney, having our cake and eating it too of sexual imagery since 1940.
Her name was Melinda.
Melinda?
Yeah. She was a lady magician and she knew all about magic.
Still to come, a live transformation of a man into a woman. And Melinda magically gets shot out of a cannon.
Don't flat out tell us what's gonna happen, build suspense. Next up is an illusion whose motivation I really don't get. So she can change her female friends into men when she needs to and change them back when she's done. I ain't touching that one with a 10-foot pole. Okay, let's see her try her hand at mentalism. This here is a premonition effect where the magician predicts an audience member's responses to various questions, and a nice one at that. But depending on the performer, these routines can actually be a little dangerous. A lot of it is based off of audience participation and allowing participants to generate a lot of the material. The danger here is getting the wrong participants. Sometimes you'll get a perfect mark, and most of the time they're innocent enough, but there's always a danger of them stopping the show cold. For example, Chris Angel had to reword his version of the routine when a douchebag forced him to use the word fag in the prediction. Let's see how this goes.
I'm looking for the man of my dreams.
With that dress and the teddy bear, you're already treading dangerous water, so don't push it.
No? Well, I had a dream about you last night. Me? Yeah. Have you ever had a dream about me?
Yes.
In my dream, we got married.
Oi.
Named each other little nicknames. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I called you Love Muffin. Do you remember what you called me?
Pussy cat.
Pussycat!
Whew. Context is everything, kids. I'm sorry you had to see that. Thankfully she gets them all right, and we move back to the magic. You know, I really don't care for dancing in most magic shows. On the right hands, it can be a great tool to establish atmosphere and mood, but it also can just be a tool to take up time and make the illusion seem bigger than it really is. Take your pick on this one. Floating cannonball. Interesting twist on this effect. Little known fact, Amazing Jonathan actually came up with his version of the floating ball from watching Melinda perform. Oh, come on, that last trick was pretty good. You guys are being too harsh. Oh no, she's exploded. But it's okay, she's fine.
For as long as anyone can remember, female assistants have been falling under the hypnotic spells of male magicians. Maybe it's time for a change.
I agree, but does your first victim have to be Anthony Michael Hall? One thing that I must imagine must really suck about being a female magician is that you're fighting an uphill battle with images and roles that everybody in the world recognizes on a subconscious level. For example, this illusion right here. If you were flipping through the channels and saw this, what role would you think Melinda had? You'd probably flash to the image of the floating lady illusion and assume that she was the assistant. There's a few reasons this continues. One is that for all intents and purposes, women are physically perfect for the role of a magician's assistant. They're small, light, and easy to hide. Most magic books are written for right-handed men, and most large illusions are built for 5'0" female assistants. Another reason is that, self-included, magic is full of nerds. Lonely nerds who have to set up contrived circumstances to even help to get close to a woman. Magic is an art form where even the guys with six-pack abs and rockin' air also collect Lionel model trains. We have no one to blame but ourselves for the lack of women in our craft. Seriously, every time I see that setup, I keep thinking an androgynously sexy Peter Pan is gonna burst in through the window.
I'm one of her biggest fans. Any idea who?
Sure, Mom. Roger Rabbit.
What a guesser.
Roger Rabbit. She's been doing themes throughout the whole special and has been wearing a different outfit for each theme. Does this mean she's gonna come out wearing the Jessica Rabbit? Oh, whoa, ah!
I need your help, everybody. I'm going to make magic happen in your living room.
Could you wear that dress the rest of the special? You're not going to, are you?
But for it to work, you have to be able to touch your screen.
Don't ask me to touch the screen while you're wearing that dress. She proceeds to do one of those interactive through the TV screen effect, which I'm not going to show since I don't want to spoil it. If you want to try it out, I'll show you where you can find it later. Believe it or not, that's actually Charles Fleischer in the costume.
You look beautiful. I'm trick.
Everything's just great, Raj.
Fucking rabbit.
I know a little spot where we can share a cup of best squeezed carrot juice.
I like the dress. It looks good on you. Next up is Melinda's most famous illusion, the Drill of Death. It is one of the coolest illusions I've seen in my life. I mean it. I really like this illusion. I love the build-up, I love the payoff, I love the imagery. I wish I could claim this illusion as my own. I wish I could go back in time, bump Andre Cole in the head, and claim it as my own. And I'm sick and tired about people claiming that it's Freudian symbolism. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, and sometimes a woman getting penetrated is just a woman getting...
After Melinda took a tour of Toontown, then she stopped by to visit some friends at a racetrack.
Wait a minute, what about the Drill of Death? You're gonna glance over the coolest illusion in the entire show? Are you editing it up because it's too scary? Screw you!
We remind you that you are seeing this with no camera tricks. Everything you see is performed without the aid of video or camera tricks.
All the magic you see tonight is being done without any camera tricks.
You know, this is the third time you've mentioned that. If we didn't believe you the first time, we're not gonna believe you now.
Ow, are you okay? 180 miles per hour.
Nicely done. I got no other comment. But wait, this is a Disney product, so we need a cute little pink button to act as our closer. Is it wrong that while watching what is supposed to be an enchanting scene, I only have this in the back of my head?
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Goodbye.
And thus a young Kristen Lambert drifted off to sleep. There you have Melinda, the First Lady of Magic. While it's definitely not the best magic special I've seen, it's still a fun time. Granted, there's a bit of bullshit to sit through, Melinda seems more like a character than a person, and the Disney schmaltz is spread thicker than Butterworth syrup. However, the parts of it that are good are really good. The illusions are all technically well executed, I really love the Jessica Rabbit dress, the Drill of Death illusion is frickin' awesome, and it's got the Gary Oulet touch. Stage magic on television died when you did, brother. If I were to make any changes, I would have toned down a few of the overly Disney princess elements and have the Drill of Death act as the finale rather than the race car. I kinda doubt that it's going to inspire more girls to get into magic, but for any magic fan, it's worth checking out. Just type it in on Google or YouTube and you'll be able to find it. Melinda retired from magic in 2002 to focus on raising a family, but it looks like after 9 years Melinda will be back in magic in some capacity. From what I hear, she'll be performing in V, the Ultimate Variety Show, which is an awesome show regardless. If you can check it out, do so. As for the future of women in magic, it's still an uphill battle, but we have some bright up-and-comers. I look forward to seeing them in the future. My name is Alexo, and I hope you enjoyed my show. By the way, that one was a camera trick.